Hey guys, wInevitable here with a little gameplay. We're on Blackheart's Bay. And, I'm playing Sylvanas. We have quite the composition here too.
Well done, indeed.
10 seconds.
Looks like Zag wants to take bottom.
Forward.
4, 3, 2.
Alright, so traditionally you leave one person bottom.
Let the battle begin.
We don't have a healer, we have like all assassins. Or actually 2 specialists. I call them assassins. Like 5 damage dealers. See if they can get Rainer.
My will is my own. What are we if not slaves to this torment?
We got one.
Push the attack! Of course.
I should have just stayed on the Johanna there.
Be quick and grab it.
So, I didn't take my level 1 talent either. I was too busy talking. I like taking Lost Soul. Because it reduces the cooldown of your W, your Shadow Dagger, which stacks really well with the rest of the build, which we'll get into in a minute. First couple seconds on Blackhearts are always a pain.
Push the attack! Do not test my patience. Still worth it.
You have to use your E to get away.
Beg for your miserable life. I'm here.
And Sylvanas has really good push because her trait will stun minions and mercenaries and structures as well.
I'm listening.
So you can see pushing. Looks like Zagara won bottom lane too. So I'm gonna even drop a dot on that.
Forward.
Get a little bit of damage in. Pick up Envenom on 4. There's a lot of like good targets on the other team. You can see that your Shadow Dagger transfers over. Oh, Rainer's dead.
I fight on. Do not test my patience.
Uh-oh. I thought the Butcher was coming. I heard him.
Not enough mana for that.
Back out. I think I'm dead. No! Alright, I overstayed my welcome. I definitely overstayed there. Should have backed up sooner.
There is no rest.
I think he can. No, he missed. Alright. That was derped. Probably should have even stood up here as Sylvanas. I was so low on mana, you know?
Vengeance is near. The moment is upon us.
And you can actually keep 2 things stunned at once with your auto attacks and your Q.
The moment is upon us.
Choose a talent.
Alright, so we're pretty far in. I'm gonna go ahead
Do
and
not
take the
test
camp.
my patience. Push the attack.
I'm gonna take the heal actually because we do not have a healer. Normally I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. I would take Remorseless for more damage or Unstable Poison for lane push. You can actually use your E to silence enemy minions. But this should give us some lane pressure and allow us to get around the map a little bit. You can see we're almost full level up.
The moment
And Sylvanas is really good at chests because your Q counts as an attack, and you get 5 of those stacks, so
your miserable life.
it's pretty good. They can turn in.
The order.
Yeah, I'm just zoning the turn in here. Who is Jane is gonna go do that?
Seems we've reached an accord. Let's show your enemies a jolly good time.
Let's go ahead and hit these towers.
To the death.
All right.
These mercenaries could be of use to us.
So I'm attacking one, keeping the another one stunned with the Q, and I can actually throw that through. That will stun them as well. The haunting wave, and then Wailing Arrow on 10 is pretty much always your best bet.
Test my patience.
Who's got the coin for me service?
And tap well. And so like Hammer's gonna have to defend that. We can get another turn in off. Looks like Jaina's gonna come down here and possibly die. If she steps in, I'm gonna kill her. She's coming.
What are we if not slaves to this torment? Basha no falortala. My will is my own.
Silence the damage right there. I didn't get the tank, but we can kill him, I think.
Your time is over.
I'm gonna be aggressive. You have to be very careful when you use your E aggressively, but they were all like dead, pretty much, except for Hammer, so and Rainer, who we killed. So that's why I could be really aggressive and blink in. You have to kind of learn when you can do that, when you can't.
Capture this mercenary camp.
I'm gonna stop that. Death timers are so short. Unfortunately, we couldn't. Oh shoot! I think they might be. I think Carl's dead. And you're really good as Sylvanas at stopping Merc pressure, because like you can just keep so many of them stunned. Like my dagger, especially with that reduced cooldown. This is where it really comes in. So I'm also getting more healing because of that reduced cooldown, but I'm also able to. It spreads. The shadow dagger spreads to nearby enemies, so it's really good at clearing waves. That's why I like taking it. And try and stagger. You don't want to use all your Qs at once against mercenaries and lanes, because you want to keep them stunned for as long as possible. 12 seconds on my ult. The silence is a really important thing for team fights. I think he might think he's dead.
Not prepared.
Show them no mercy. It's time.
Ah, crap! I messed that up.
Done.
I think I'm dead. Oh no, I'm definitely dead now. Ah! I can't believe I survived. I'm so glad I blinked too. I thought that radius was the Sylvanas. I mean, not Sylvanas. The Johanna.
Let none survive.
I thought it was the Johanna stun, and then I realized it was the Butcher Furnace. I almost died. All right, I like the slow here. Let's go in.
I'm here. The penalty for treason.
There's actually two dead.
Forward.
Envenom her. She's dead. Alright, so
None shall stop.
taking a minute to pick my talent here.
I'm here. I fight on.
Woo! It is getting insanely heavy in here. Alright. Heavy pressure. Alright. Now they're all going to be up, so I'm going to fall back. Alright, so you have to look at their comp. Do they have a lot of, if they have a lot of spell damage, I would take Spell Shield. They're more auto attackers. I mean, Butcher's got a ton on his ult, so Spell Shield wouldn't be bad for that. But I also like the slow. I'm gonna come back bottom lane and push this. Oh.
Forward.
And so you can usually get away. Something that's really bad to get away from is the Malfurion root, because when you're rooted, like, you can't blink. So if you see a Malf, you have to be very careful.
Choose a talent.
May my aim be true. I'm here.
Go in, go in. Oh, he didn't get it into the bubble in time. We might lose this.
Let none survive. What are we?
Oh, that was close.
Go
I still haven't picked my talent either, dude. I'm a noob.
Still worth it. Forward.
I'm taking this slow.
Very well. Beg for your miserable life.
Actually, like, we have to be very careful right now. We could all die.
The moment is upon us. Of course.
That one's not getting up.
Push
Well
the attack. The moment
Oh
is
yeah,
upon
Illidan did
us.
take the hunt, actually. Good call from Jaina. Alright, so I took the slow here because it really messes with enemy teams. It slows them down a lot.
What are we if not slaves?
Oh, that's definitely not friendly. I wasn't paying attention. Alright, so I took the slow because it slows the enemy team down. It can really, like, mess up their coordination. And I actually went 1 for 2. I think he's gonna get a kill here.
Very
Alright.
impressive.
But the other one I like too is if you need a little more damage, you can take Splinter Shot. Splinter Shot. Like some people like Evasive Fire for movement. I don't really take it just because you have to be very good with your positioning, you know. So I try not to take talents that help with that as much as possible, and just rely on better positioning on the map. And then Spell Shield, like I said, is good against. If they had a couple mages, like if they had a Jaina and a Zeratul, I would definitely take Spell Shield.
I have no time for games.
And then on level 16, I like taking Cold Embrace. This is another dagger talent, so that like they are the enemies hit from Shadow Dagger, your W, are vulnerable, and it spreads, so you can get a lot of people with it. I'm gonna go take this,
Show them no
and you can see if I take this, my cooldown's on, but they'll get a little vulnerable sign, kind of like when Jaina uses her, she gets it on her W as well, she can do it. So it just really, really adds up in team fights.
Of course.
Almost got it kill him. You can see they're vulnerable.
Let none survive.
You're in the mood for some treasure, matey.
My will is my own.
You are not prepared.
The moment is upon us. Give the order.
None shall stop us.
I'm gonna go tap this and come back.
Vengeance is near. Forward.
Didn't even get a chance to use my Envenom. Probably could have gotten both if I'd moved to the left side of the Void Prison there faster.
Of course. The moment is upon us. I'm listening.
And now if I attack one tower and I use... Oh, I can't use my Q on the tower, unfortunately. But you can see this is where your Q is going to hit. So if I attack the other one and I use Q on this one, I can keep them both silenced.
Give the order.
Fate demands this one's death.
Of course.
Alright.
Forward.
Fate demands this one's death.
Seems we've reached an accord. Let's show your enemies.
Nice, we got a stun in there. Alright.
Time. A good kill there.
I'm here. May my
Ah, crap.
aim be true.
That whiffed.
I fight on.
Alright, so that was a really bad silence. It was off.
Glory to the Forsaken. I'm here.
That's enough! We don't be working for free!
Oh, I can't mouse click at all.
Head to a healing fountain, quick. The moment is upon us.
Alright, so some sloppy plays. It's my first game of the day, waking up, but definitely could have
Done.
played that cleaner. We only need 2 more coins. My damage is really low this game, but it's probably because I'm talking. I'm not used to honestly playing and talking about what I'm doing at the same time. And it's really risky to go down there, especially with an Illidan with Hunt. I don't know if he took... He's not level 20 yet, so he couldn't have taken the upgrade, but he'll get global range with that if he does. It's really dangerous. Envenom will help. I don't know what we're doing here. That was just kind of...
My will is my own. It's time to even the scales. Give the order.
And usually when you throw the E out, you run in another direction to keep them from chasing your Haunting Wave.
Give the order.
This time I'm going to position aggressively,
Disgust me.
so they don't have a retreat. He just turned in.
Well
That's their first turn in though, so that's not bad. I don't know if I can catch him. Nah, he's gonna get
Give
out.
the order.
Your enemy has it out for you.
Oh. And then he stopped to attack minions. Oh, my blink! I was clicking too far away. My blink didn't go off. I should have been fine. Though Illidan might have hunted me. I definitely meant to blink out of that and messed that up. Okay. But that's why you take blink here on 20 because, well, one, the Illidan's going to dive you. Johanna's going to dive you. Butcher's going to dive you. I mean, they have 3 people that are going to dive into you. I mean, the upgrade, Deafening Blast would be good here too because they're all melee. They would clump up. I think I'm going to miss the end of the game. Possibly. Alright, so this actually increases 50% more damage off of your heroic, and then their silence for twice as long, which is pretty good. You know, if they didn't have an Illidan, I probably would take that. I think we overstayed just a little bit. Alright. And then, what else? 16... Pretty much always take the vulnerability.
10,000 years.
I have no time for games.
Blood for blood, I guess if you need more healing and you don't need the damage for some reason, you could take. But I just love the vulnerability. I'm by myself.
Push the attack.
And you can see how my Q is on this one. Oh.
Do not test my patience.
This is gonna get bad. If I go there, it's really weak, and they're gonna turn in. So my best bet is just to clear this. If I stood down here, they could have come through here and flanked me, and then I'd probably be dead.
Looks like you're all beat you to it. And give me a lesson to ya. Don't wait for me. Fire your agents.
Forward.
Looks like you just lost a card. I think they've had enough.
Give the order.
He barely made it out of there. Ah, that was close. Alright, so
Of course.
This could be risky if they were to jump us here. I think they're turning in.
The moment.
They need hammer to turn in though.
Of course.
And your vulnerability thing even works on that level of 16 talent, even works on bosses, which is cool. Your talent, your trait rather, does not. It's definitely a good call by Mr. J. Pickles.
This one's death.
Of course.
Trying to wait for them to clump up a little bit.
May my aim be true. I'm here. My will is my own. Focus upon this hero.
So I blinked away and then I ran into the creep wave.
Of course.
Because the creeps will start attacking him and then he's going to be taking a ton of damage.
My will is my own.
And I think we got him.
Vengeance.
I only went after the Illidan there because I had Butcher close by. The Illidan would have killed me 1v1. That's everybody, and that's game. So they chose to fight us versus clearing the boss. I mean, they didn't really have a choice there. It was so late in the game, and it was kind of over. Taking the boss was a good call, definitely. Wow. That was not my best Sylvanas game, but I think hopefully you get the idea. You use your E to get away from danger, and you kind of want to send it in one direction. You can run in the other. And a lot of people will like have to choose. They have to either chase you or chase the haunting wave. And if they chase, you know, the banshees, the haunting wave, then you just keep running and you mount up. If they chase you, you blink away. If there's more than one person, or they have blink, you know, bolt of the storm or something, or you know, a lot of mobility, then you're kind of might just want to throw it in front of you because the haunting wave, the banshees do move faster than your character model. But, you know, so to give you a little bit of a speed boost. What an interesting game. Not having any tanks. Generally, I would say, so I'm usually a lot higher in the damage than this. We were playing with a lot of assassins. Zagara does a ton. It also depends on your lane matchup, what you're doing too in lane, and how if you're pushing lanes or not. But generally you're going to have a ton of siege damage because you're really good at clearing waves. And you can usually get like top 2 in damage, if not top damage, depending on your team comp. And of course with the build too. Like I said, I took life drain here because we didn't have a healer, and it honestly saved my life a couple times. The slow is good. Spell shield's not bad. Otherwise, on 7, I would take Remorseless. It gives you 25% more damage on your basic attacks, every ability, and your Q, your Withering Fire, counts as an ability. So basically, almost every attack throughout the game, if you do it right, is going to have 25% additional damage, and that really adds up. If you want just a stronger pushing style, Unstable Poison is really good. Missions and mercenaries die under the effects of your trait, your black arrows. They deal 75 damage. They explode, and it also affects heroes. It used to be if you cleared a whole wave with it, all the explosion damage would kill. You could one-shot heroes, but they've changed it, tweaked it a little bit, so heroes can only be affected by it one time at once, you know? So a whole wave exploding, a whole minion wave exploding wouldn't deal 75 times like 7 damage to a hero. It would just deal 75 damage. This is at level 1. Of course it scales. But this is really fun for clearing waves, and I like it a lot. And I'm not sure if I even like Remorseless better. I honestly, between the two, like, I'll see some people take Shade Form, but honestly, I feel like I still get enough damage out of this that Remorseless, because it's only 25%, isn't really worth it. So play with both and see what you like. I'm still trying them. I'm not quite level 10 with her yet, and I'm almost thinking Unstable Poison is just better than Remorseless. But I like Life Drain if I don't have a healer in quick match, because you never know what you're gonna get. And like I said, if you need more healing, you could take Blood for Blood, but I really almost always take Cold Embrace, just because it adds damage from everybody. Everybody on your team hitting the targets that are, and especially when your W hits, it spreads. It can hit the entire team. They're all taking 25% more damage. It's insane what that does. Wailing Arrow is really good. I haven't tried the new Possession. It looks fun, but like this is just such a team fight like killer. You need this for team fights that it's hard to ever justify taking Possession. I always usually take Envenom for that damage. If you just want to push style, Paralysis is good because it increases the duration from 1 second to 2 seconds on your trait, and this is so it's really good for that. But that's just for pushing. It's not going to. I mean, it will eventually affect if you take the slow on 13. It will double that, I believe. I'm not certain, but I imagine it doubles the duration. So it would now. Black arrows will affect heroes, so they'll be slowed instead of 1 second. They'll be slowed for 2 seconds. And that actually can be really cool. But like, maybe if there's no small targets like an Illidan, any assassins, like assassins in particular, and some specialists are really good targets for Envenom. Like if Zeratul dives you and you drop Envenom, and if you took Blood for Blood, if you took both of those, like Envenom and Blood for Blood, and you drop that on a Zeratul who blinks in and try to kill you, and then you hit your W or your Shadow Dagger on him, and you unload 5 Withering Fire shots, and you're auto-attacking. And if you have a silence too, I mean, well, that would be overkill. But like, seriously, I've had Zeratuls jump in on me when I have Blood for Blood and Envenom. They melt. They actually have to run away. It's really cool. So that if there's a good target, I will take Envenom. Otherwise, I'll take Paralysis usually. I just try to use my Q as often as possible, so I don't get as much benefit out of this. And this was cool. I played around with the build doing this before, the Ranger's Ambush, which refills your Q stacks off of your E. But I don't know. I don't do that much Haunting Wave. Like, I don't think there's as much utility to this. As much, you don't get as much out of this as you do with Envenom and Paralysis, because either you're not like going to use all 5 of the stacks you get, or you're only going to have like you're only going to get like 1 more stack out of. You know, you won't get necessarily 5 extra stacks every time and be able to use them. And then it's also a question of how much damage those 5 stacks do. This is, you know, it's a tough call. Level 1, like I said, I love this because of the way it synergizes with the rest of the kit. That cooldown on the W is really good. And I've seen people take this for, if you're against like an Asmodan or a promote comp, something like really heavy push style Zagara, you could take Barbed Shot, is really good for that. It's also good for clearing Merc camps. Insanely good for jungling. So you could do like a jungling style build. But I love this for the team fight aspect. And I've seen a lot of Sylvanas, especially with the free week just being over, take with the Wind, which increases the range by 25%. And if you're laning in a mirror matchup, you probably need to take this, or you're going to have a rough time. You have to be very careful in your lane, because the other Sylvanas will just bully you out of lane. But I really don't like taking it, because like range doesn't give me more damage. This gives me more damage. This gives me more damage, but it's only against minions and mercenaries, which is cool if you're going to use unstable poison. That might actually have some good benefits, or if you want to do a jungling or you're against a push style comp. But this gives you damage every, you know, an extra 2 seconds off every cooldown is pretty awesome, because it's down to 8 seconds. You know, so what is that, like every 4 daggers you're getting a 5th one free, essentially. Not free because it still costs mana, but you know, you're getting 5 in this time that you would normally get 4, and it's just it spreads to everything close enough. You're gonna get the slow on it possibly, or also might get like the vulnerability. So there's a lot of potential for this. I think it's undervalued talent, honestly. And then Bolt of the Storm if you need to get away. Otherwise, take Deafening Blast if you're feeling comfortable and they don't have a lot of dive. But like against a Butcher or an Illidan, definitely take. I would recommend taking Blink, a Johanna, even possibly, or a Kerrigan. You know, something with a lot of CC and ability to dive in on you. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna wrap it up. It's been almost 30 minutes, but I have a spotlight probably coming out on Sylvanas. I've been working on it a bunch, so I'll put the guide in there as well. Lots of cool stuff, and by that point, I should have the master skin. So, you know, back putting out more videos. There's more stuff coming soon. You guys get out there and blow it up on the Nexus. All right, I'm wInevitable, and I'll see you on the Nexus.